Pup for a walk.
Okay.
See how his stomach is. Is there anybody here? You're live.
Thank you. I can't find myself. Is anybody there?
I'll send you a link. You're there.
Hello? There it is. Doggone it. 5 people are there. Oh, let me turn the volume. All right. Oh, I'm missing something. I'll chop button up. It's Friday. How've your week gone? I like the delay. That's pretty cool. You know what that means you could do? You call that latency. Within that space of time, you could actually change everything and no one would ever know. Because it's like split a second, like...
Smart's collected silences.
It's exactly what it is. All right. I'd like to say hello to everybody out there on this Friday that looks like it's going to rain in New Orleans. It's like 88 degrees. It's like summer. It's not summer. We don't know. It's nothing like summer. I'm not quite sure if we're all set up, if the light is right at the... Is it set up right, Dee Dee?
What are you talking about? You're on. Everybody's listening to
Oh,
you.
okay, so there's people
He
there.
has not done any marijuana, I assure you. I don't know. It's just sort of vague.
I'm vague because
So
I'm not
Puppy, so
quite ready.
Butternut the dog had a rough day. He got hold of something. You got that delay going over there. Merck's collected silences.
It's coming.
So you shut that off.
Off.
It's off. Okay. So Butternut the dog got hold of something. We don't know what it was, but anyway, his tummy's all messed up. So I have to take him for little bitty walks. So we don't have a theme because Butternut, I was up all night with him. He's fine. He's doing good. He's right there at David's feet.
It's right there.
We don't have a theme, so I'm thinking maybe human jukebox. Why don't y'all just ask him to play something for you, and I'll be back in a second and with the dog. Yeah.
I have a couple of requests. I'm going to do those. I didn't see what Brooks wrote. He wrote something.
It's baseball opening day for the Giants.
Oh, shoot.
So, thanks for even thinking of us, Brooks. That's the Giants much bigger, much bigger.
That's a bigger story.
Much bigger.
All right, so okay, we'll start over here now that I'm all tuned up and everything. How y'all doing on Friday? Like JC already wrote how cold it is at Plymouth, up there in the New England. It's like 88 degrees here. The trees are all blooming or blossoming. It's going to rain. It's been very humid. Look, last night it was 98% humidity, which is why we're inside.
Because of the tree pollen.
The tree pollen is, well, I got 2 alerts for the tree pollen. Thanks for bringing that up because there was one alert at 3 in the morning and one other one at noon. It says do not go outside if you have
to sing
allergies.
Cajun songs.
If you have to sing Cajun songs, don't go outside. So there we are. We're indoors. Yes.
We could tell them about the books. We're selling books.
You could bring me one.
Okay, I will.
We got lots going on here.
See, you need to write. See, this is
I
the
wrote down
reason for
some
writing
things.
stuff down.
We're having a little bit of problems remembering things sometimes.
Are y'all having complete short-term memory?
It's the year.
Where is this at?
Alicia's right there on the. So
Come on, sweetheart.
first of all, I have to say thank you to WWOZ, which I have to say from week to week they've been awesome. I know they're undergoing I think they're doing their fundraiser now, because I think some Missy.
The cubes are out.
That's the next thing. The Jazz Fest is Jazz Fest time in the sense that in a month it will be Jazz Fest. It's not going to be held until it's going to be another virtual one at the last weekend of April, the first weekend of May. And they put out the cubes, which if you don't know what that means, it's all the listings of if it were a real jazz fest, every stage would have its own, who's playing there every day of the week and so forth. But WWOZ, who records every show at the Jazz Fest, put out whatever they're going to do. So that's pretty cool. Last year, I remember on my set that we did outside, the weather was much different last year. Marva Wright was playing. I think this year I'm not quite sure. I remember what it was. I'll know.
But you can access the cubes by going to the Jazz Fest, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or WWOZ, rather. It's WWOZ.
But they both have them. They both have them.
They should both have them, yes.
This also means David's show here got written up in a newsletter here called the Uptown Messenger. So he thanks most of y'all for whoever. He didn't remember me, but he remembered some of you. He remembered his great grandmother. But I think JC he might have said something like, "People join us from New England." That would be you. But anyway, if you want to read the article on the show that you've been supporting for a solid year and 2 weeks, please go to uptownmessenger.com. I think, right? And I'll be back later with some books. And if you stall out, just crash and burn.
I'm
baby.
sure I can crash and burn. Just a little clarification. The Uptown Messenger is a local publication. Obviously, it's only online, and someone who writes for it did an interview, and I asked for the questions, and I didn't ask to see the final copy, and not everything was there, and a lot of the information that she got was to write the articles off the internet, which is notorious for not being accurate. But I tried to correct most everything. But the only thing I didn't say is that these shows were responsible because of Dee Dee. I wouldn't be doing this. She gave me the courage and the opportunity to do it, and thought it was the right thing to do. So y'all all should shout out to Dee Dee, who's not here. She's walking the dog. I couldn't do this without her. Like I said, it was her idea, and also urged on by a couple of friends of mine who live uptown as well. My favorite bartender right now, Tammy Harris, her boyfriend, Chef Eric, and Leslie Nash have been huge supporters of all this. So they're the reason why I put the show on YouTube for Saturday, so they can see it, because they don't do Facebook. The original show that we did, I recorded a song and we just emailed it to him. We texted it to him. So this has turned into a big deal, and it's fun. All right, so that's message number one. Message number two, Beausoleil has scheduled a virtual show at that same site, ourconcerts.live, for May the 1st, which is a Saturday, at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to do another hour-long show. I don't think there's a theme. We're not going to be in costume. So we're going to play a regular set, a Beausoleil set. To add to that, the next weekend we're playing on May the 9th, which is a Sunday. We're playing at a local venue called the Broadside Theater. It's a movie theater that moved to have an outdoor movie theater that also adapted to make live music. It's one of the few live music venues open in New Orleans. So the tickets are for sale for that, and I think the website is broadsidetheater.com if you happen to live in the area. I'm trying to figure out if I can stream that show on the Beausoleil website. We're going to see. I think I probably can figure that out. It might not be at a good angle, but we're going to try to figure that out. And so the next thing is that if you live in the Pacific Northwest, the shows that we're supposed to be doing in Washington State with Terrence Simeon, I think, have been rescheduled for October or November. They hope. I don't know right now if we'll be able to travel yet. We're still working on that. So it's been kind of, it's iffy. The music world, it's opening up, it's becoming better, but it's still iffy, and it's still safest to stay at home or, with people that are vaccinated and play the music virtually. I'm sorry about that, y'all. And let's see if there's any other. Dee Dee's going to come in with a book if you're interested in some Louisiana history and some coffee table books. We're distributing them for a friend of ours who's written many, many books on Louisiana. We'll talk about that when she gets back. And other than that, if there's any questions, please, I can kind of catch some of them, not when I'm playing, but I can join in. So I guess I got a couple of requests that I saw from JC at Plymouth Rock. This first one is, of course, what we always start with, which is "You're My Sunshine," which has become like my theme song. Is how we started off. All right. Thank y'all for listening to that. Sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Well, the other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I woke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. Oh, you'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Love you, and I'll make you happy if you will only say the same. But if you leave me to love another, you will regret it someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You once told me, dear, that you really love me, and no one else, dear, could come between. But now you've left me and you love another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, please don't take my sunshine away. All right. The sunshine. Let's see, I changed strings on this guitar, so let's see if they slipped a little bit. Not too bad. If you string a guitar the right way, or you string it well, you should never have to, it shouldn't slip. And that's always the challenge. All right, so JC asked for a couple of songs. One of them is one that Beausoleil uses as their opening song for most sets that we do. It's called The Pauvre Hobo, which means poor hobo. Come on, you capable. All right, let's see here. Get this thing. This is a slingshot all set up right. song is called Pop Hobo, and the song was actually made very, very popular by a fiddle player named Harry Shotes, Choates. Harry Shotes was probably after World War II was the big day of the revitalization of Cajun music as well as any other folk music in this country. After, according to Barry Onsley, after World War II, people came back home wanting to hear the stuff that they grew up with, stuff that they stopped hearing, but they decided that we're back home, maybe we get into it. So Harry Shotes was a very popular fiddler, and he Puppy's back. Butternut's back. We have a book?
He doesn't feel so hot.
I know, he didn't feel well at all. That's why he went back in his cage.
Lost all his energy.
So we're going to do the Pop Hobo, then we're going to show you this new book that we're distributing and selling
For a good friend of ours.
for a very good friend of ours. So let me do this and then we'll come back to that. Okay, thank you. Ça fait la peine de voir, mais quand même pas hobo. N'a plus d'argent dans mes poches, mais quand même moi je vais faire. Je vais la traîne aujourd'hui, y a plus personne pour m'aimer. Comment je peux faire dimanche, mais quand même pas hobo. La traîne aujourd'hui tout le temps de bord du lac. Comment parti fait, mais quand les bon je préfère. Je suis tout seul, mais aujourd'hui il n'y a plus personne pour m'aimer. Mais quand vous seul m'aimez, mais quand même pas au bout. Yay! He's okay? Butternut's all right?
He hears you.
Okay,
He's just tired. You vomit 6 times in a day. You're pretty tired.
that's very true. That was awful.
So anyway, it's not good. He's okay.
Cool.
He didn't need any rest.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this guitar
Can
off.
you find the book? Can you reach it?
Let me get this book. It's not like we're professional booksellers. I think we used to be.
Actually, we used to be.
We used to be professional booksellers, and
Then we were professional book distributors.
we were professional book distributors, and now we're a book distributor for one person,
book.
for one book. So our friend, whose name is Ann Butler, is like the 16th generation person who lives in a wonderful plantation house just north of St. Francisville called Butler Greenwood.
However, we like referring to them now as historic houses.
That's right, they're historic houses.
Because there's nothing, it's really now a bed and breakfast. There's not even house tours anymore.
It's a wonderful bed and breakfast.
It is. It's amazing. It's very comfortable. It's a very beautiful piece of land. It's a very interesting part of Louisiana.
And this
Here's the cover.
If I can get it on the, I can't see it on the
Yeah,
screen.
it's fine. You're doing fine.
It's called
The Soul.
The Soul of St. Francisville. And she wrote the text, and someone else took these photographs. The photographs are very nice, but the text is awesome. And this is like her 40th book, 50th book.
She's written her whole life.
She like writes one a year or something. But anyway, this is her latest one. And the thing is that there used to be a distributor of all Louisiana items in Louisiana. And I know because the book that we used to create went through them too. But they're out of business. So I don't know if it's because of COVID, who knows.
And as you know, independent booksellers have also taken it on the chin. So, anyway, St. Francisville, I think it's the chapters are the houses. Is that what's architecture?
Yes.
So I think that the photographs are actually about the buildings there, but the text is about the characters, and the characters are, as you can imagine, a small Mississippi River town, and right up the road from Baton Rouge. And it had an unusual split. It's right across the Mississippi River from New Roads. Which, for those of you who are going to come down, is French. This is English, Louisiana.
And you can also go to the Angola Prison Rodeo, which is very popular.
Which we don't understand, but it's incredibly popular. But if you don't want to go to the rodeo and watch the prisoners do insane things, you can. Actually, it's closed now because of COVID, I think.
Everything's
But you can go online and get an Angola Rodeo coffee mug if you want, which are cool. They make great gifts. I mean, for those of you who collect penitentiary stuff. But anyway, are we doing the booksellers discount? So if y'all want to get them from us, we'll get them to you.
We can get them to you, text. If not, I'm thinking about putting them back up. They were on Amazon, but I think
no, they weren't. They've never been.
So I might
They've
put them
never
on
been.
Amazon. But anyway, we have them. Just let us know. It's a beautiful book. It's retail price is $50. You may get a discount from us. So there you go.
As the sole distributors of the only book.
It's a true coffee table book, but the writing part is excellent. All right.
Okay, that's the book selling part of the show.
Gotta have it. JC's other song. I guess I'll do it now. Also my sister's, but I don't think she's there yet. I did this last week. We'll do it again. This one is called, it's got a couple of names. Some people call it Je m'endors, which means I'm sleepy. And some people call it French blues. It is an old song, and there's a film that was made by a filmmaker, I know Flaherty dude. It was a propaganda film for Esso Oil Company, and it kind of backfired because it showed the wonders of Cajun life without oil and all the money. Anyway, there's this song that permeates the whole movie, and there's bits and pieces of it, and this is the tune, and it's called Je m'endors, or, which means I'm sleepy, or the French blues. And I did play this last week. And last week I played it in an open tuning. This week I'll play it in standard tuning, just to change things around. I make up a story that it's a song about a journey from like my hometown, Scott, Louisiana, whose motto is where the West begins and good friends meet, to go westward to Crowley, Louisiana, and in between is what we call the Badlands, between Scott and Doucet, the next city over, and Wayne, W-A-Y-N-E, the next city after Doucet. And there's always these highwaymen on the road. So the narrator of the song is a little bit fearful, and to pass the time, he's on horseback. He's riding home, and he's thinking about blondes and brunettes, so to pass the time. But also for protection, he has on saddle horn. He has a bottle of whiskey, a little bottle of whiskey, a Jogo Pombo, and he also has in his pocket some brass knuckles, just in case he might need them. So there you go. Any questions? We mostly recorded this first song in 5 different versions. I recorded 2 different versions, once on my solo album, and also for an album called, I think it's called Je m'endors, the same name, JEM'Endors, which is a lullaby record that's sold exclusively for Lourdes Hospital in Lafayette, believe it or not. It's like 12 different versions of the same song. It's very strange. It's a strange project. But here we go. Je m'endors, et j'ai soif et j'ai faim. Le soleil est couché, je suis loin de la maison. Qu'avez-vous, pardon, qu'avez-vous, pardon. Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas bien pour la blonde. Où les gens de Crowley sont toujours dans les chemins, sont toujours dans les chemins à chercher à l'enfer. Qu'avez-vous, pardon, qu'avez-vous, pardon. Mais c'est tout la blonde et pas rien pour la blonde. Avec ma Jogo Pombo et la ferraille à ma poche, sont toujours dans les chemins à chercher également à faire. Qu'avez-vous, belle blonde, qu'avez-vous, belle blonde. mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la brune. Je m'endors, et j'ai soif et j'ai faim. Le soleil couché, je suis loin de la maison. Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle brune? Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la brune. Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la brune. All right. Yes, that's probably my sister's favorite song.
Well, she says it's your mom's.
My mom's favorite or her mom? Oh,
Okay.
really? I don't know.
Somebody's favorite song.
Somebody's favorite song. I don't know. I keep on getting requests for it, so there you go. Whatever. So here's as a person I rarely get to do much of his stuff. There's only a few songs I know. His name is Happy Fats LeBlanc, and he was instrumental in playing at least the French part of the music with Doc Guidry for the Hadacol, Cousin Dud LeBlanc.
We may take a short break. I guess that you didn't. I guess neither one of us slept last night with the dog or something. Or...
I'm there.
Oh, don't forget, he just found out he has to have a hip replacement. So Novocaine is going to have a long, long life with us. And, so maybe that's
yeah, it's exciting.
exciting. Like they want to do it like tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway, more on that later. So anyway, the song is called Les Veuves de la Coulée. Now, he didn't write the song, however, he did record it, and he has a great version of it with Doc Guidry playing fiddle. The Balfour Brothers did this. The song means, Les Veuves de la Coulée means the widows of the coolie, and the widows of the coolie want to go to the big dance on Saturday night, but they all have to make dresses, so they have to buy bolts of cotton cloth,
fabric.
and then they can make their...
They're dance dresses.
They're dancers. They want to go dancing. Well, they're widows, man. They're busy.
Which one of these cats was? Oh, it was all Hadacol.
Hadacol. If you don't know about Hadacol, look it up. Hadacol. Cousin Dudley LeBlanc was a snake oil salesman who traveled the state of Louisiana in the South in the 40s and 50s. And sold this stuff that was mainly alcohol to cure everything. It was a cure-all. So here we go. This version I got from, we're going to do Roger Mason's guitar version here. Les veuves de la coulée sont partis au village pour acheter le coton jaune de la beauté. Pour acheter le coton jaune, pour faire le petit mémé, pour les belles petites filles aller au bord chez Joe. Tous les veuves de la coulée mais sont partis au village pour acheter le coton jaune de la boutique. S'en allait de la coulée, mais s'en allait de la coulée pour emmener les belles petites filles, bal chez Joe. Les veuves de la coulée mais sont partis au village pour acheter le coton jaune de la bouteille. Pour acheter le coton jaune pour faire des petites mémènes et pour les belles petites filles de la boutique. Happy Fats and the Balfour Brothers. All right. Let's see one of the French songs. Let's see, I did the two. That's time for a waltz. Ah. This is a song from a guitar player who recorded back in the mid-1930s. The song is called, his name was Blind Uncle Gaspard. And he recorded some tunes by himself that I'm still working on for many years now. And also, he also played guitar with a fiddle player from Marksville, Louisiana called Delma Lachne, and their famous song was called Bayal, which I think I played last week or the week before. This one, Macre de Passé, is a common song. It was I don't think it was discovered by Alan Lomax. I think that it had been in the repertoire for a long time. Hello, Butternut. But that was a happy smile.
Yeah.
He just kissed Dee Dee.
Yeah, only because I have traits.
He wants food.
There's nothing real there.
Dude.
There he is.
That's my
You
boy.
want to hear some music? You want to hear some Happy Fats music?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The song is called Macre de Passé, and it's a song about, this is basically the lyric, where were you last Wednesday? After drinking all that sweet red wine, after chatting with a pretty girl that had taken my heart from me, come, my dear, don't break my heart. Oh, I don't want to hear you cry. I got 3 weeks, dear, which requires preparation. We'll be separated, you and me. They wish I'd never, I wish I was little. I wish I'd never had to go through this. He's going to war, or at least he's going to become in the army for a while, and that's why he's leaving it. So, Macre de Passé refers to the last time he gets to see her. So that's what the song is. If you're keeping up with all the albums, this one was done on Parle Nous à Bois album that we did for Arhoolie Records, which is now Arhoolie Folkways. It's hard to remember all that. exploité mercredi passé. Oh, après boire tout ce vin doux. Et après charrer avec une jolie fille qui a pris mon cœur à moi. Viens ma chère, casse pas mon cœur. Oh, je vais pas d'entendre pleurer. 3 semaines, il faudrait préparer pour séparer toi et moi. Et je voudrais, j'aurais jamais mis. Oh, quand j'étais petit, j'aurais jamais des larmes, master, pour ce chat jolie fille. Et oui, qui va t'en mettre essuyer ma chatte. Oh, qui va t'en mettre châtigant. Oui, qui va embrasser tes petits chats. Comment je serai toi et toi. Oh, écoute, j'attends le char qui vient. Oh, il faut, je vais prendre mon ticket. Si qu'on essaie dur pour me séparer, mais je vais battre pour toi et mon pays. Oui, ma chère, c'est beaucoup d'eau. Je crois il faut nous quitter. Et te quitter pour la mort. Pour toujours je t'aime. That's sad, isn't it? Huh. I could play even a sadder one than that. How you like that? You want to go sad a little bit? We're going to dip down to sadness.
It's Friday happy hour.
I know, that's why.
You were melancholy last Friday.
I'm always melancholy.
Yeah.
They'll have a nice peppy one here that...
Go ahead, get sad.
I like this next one a lot. This is another one of those Lomax songs.
Eddie's here. He's all smiles. Maybe you can
Hey, Eddie.
Get rid of that smile for him. Make him sad.
Well, it's not really sad. It's just a lot of these songs that I play, these ballads, have to do with not just men and women, but their families, their moms and dads. And they really, moms and dads hate the boys that date the girls. It's amazing we get anywhere.
And hate the girls that date the boys.
And then they get married and they'll do the same damn thing. That's what's so weird. So it's a vicious circle.
Yeah. That's a PhD in sociology for you right there.
Why bother? You know? Oh, that's weird. Okay, let's not use that capo. That's weird. Let me take this one off. I like this capo a lot, but it's not making me happy. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to use that one. Ooh, let's put it back on. Oh, his guitar's playing. Hope everybody had a great Easter. You know, we ended up cooking a ton of Moroccan food. Now, mind you, I don't know if I've ever been to a Moroccan restaurant. Have you? A real Moroccan restaurant. I don't know if I have.
Well, do you include that guy who made sandwiches in Granada? Because he was
Moroccan.
Yeah.
He was outdoor restaurant.
He was Well, actually, you went in.
You went in and that's right.
But it didn't open until 11 o'clock at night.
What a great place Granada is.
Yeah, Granada. Don't forget to go if you haven't been yet. It is spectacular. But also has great food and has a lot of Moroccan citizens. So anyway, we made a David kind of picked them out, but the chicken with preserved lemon and olive tangine with apricot couscous. That was one course. Another course was, we started with harira soup, which apparently is the national soup or something. And yeah, we know that Moroccans are Muslim, but you know, what the hell. We decided to have Moroccan Easter.
We went for Moroccan Easter.
Yeah. And then what else did we do?
There was the cauliflower. There was the carrot salad.
Roasted cauliflower and harissa sauce, which was amazing. And the carrot salad was shockingly good. And then there was, our Moroccan lemon cake for dessert.
Moroccan lemon cake.
Yeah, that was good. If y'all want the recipes, let me know. It was, I was kind of, I wasn't sure we could pull it off because first of all, we took it all to a friend's house. And she's been hosting parties for us during COVID. So we're really grateful that we've had a chance to be out and about for, like that. But
it also was the first time in a year.
Everybody in the room was vaccinated.
Everybody in the room was vaccinated, so we didn't have to wear masks, which was strange. Yeah. After a year, it felt really weird to do that. And after a while, it felt so normal, except when you walked outside and put a mask back on. So it was
funny.
It was good. It was good.
Funny.
I noticed that
it feels weird. It feels very, very weird to be around people without your mask on. Very weird indeed.
Because nobody wants to catch this disease. It's really terrible when you get
Ding dong thing is tearing up Michigan.
It's eating up Michigan and parts of the other place in the Midwest. The Louisiana hit 30%, at least one shot.
Vaccinated, yeah.
One vaccination. The country is at 22%. It's got a long way to go. But my God, if you get a chance, go get it. If you haven't gotten it, it's worth it. It's just the relief too. And also that, you don't want to get other people sick. That's the whole point of wearing the mask, which apparently 1/3 of the country doesn't understand. It's not just for us, it's for your protection. So anyway, it was a lot of fun and the food was awesome. And in fact, the only thing we brought back was a couple of drumsticks and the chicken tagine, and I think a little cup of yogurt.
The cake was literally 3/4 of it was demolished.
They demolished the cake. The soup, they ate the soup like.
Soup was down to the finish.
And there were 10 of us, so that was a lot of food.
And our friend, one of the hosts, did a bronze roasted leg of lamb, which he does every year, and it was perfect. But the greatest compliment was from the girl from Lebanon. Yeah. Isn't she from Lebanon?
Yeah, she's from, she's Lebanese. That's absolutely correct.
And she was so worried that we were going to screw it up that she actually brought an extra couscous. But when the plates came up all piled high in a big crown, she was thrilled and ate everything. And she's really thin.
And she gave us the thumbs up.
She gave us 2 thumbs. Yeah, we got 2 thumbs up.
We were Arabs for a day.
We were
Easter
Moroccans.
Sunday.
We were Moroccans for a day.
I need a fez now.
How many sauces did we make? Made tzatziki.
3 or 4.
Yeah, a lot of sauces. Because the homemade harissa, the homemade spice blend, the homemade yogurt.
Yes, it was, God.
It was a feast. It was a feast.
It's fun to do too.
Yes, so let us know what you did for Sunday.
Yes, Eddie, I'm going to play some Doc Watson coming up. Got to play a couple more Cajun songs. I have my other accordion. I'm going to try a couple of things. So we're going to go with this. This one is called Ma Douce Amie, My Sweet Friend. And it's a very interesting and weird song. It's a song about a guy that he's, of course, in love with a girl, but parents disagree, and they have to cut the ties that bind. And so the family wants her to cut a lock of her hair and they want the boy to cut off half of his mustache. And that way they know that they can't ever meet together. I haven't quite figured out exactly what that means.
Did they kill one of them?
No, they didn't sacrifice one to God either.
Sounded like they killed one of them.
So it's, there you go. So those of you, I see that, yeah, we got our 14-day gestation period after our second shot was last Monday, a week ago. And 2 weeks.
We were Pfizer's, yeah.
And it was great. So anyway, feel good. Only one day feeling really kind of weird, but other than
We
that,
could almost hit 40 million shots this weekend if everybody keeps going. I mean, in countrywide.
So here we go. Ma douce amie. J'aime fête une maîtresse, 3 jours il y a pas longtemps. J'aime fête une maîtresse, 3 jours il y a pas longtemps. J'irai la voir le dimanche aussitôt. Le lundi, chasserai pour le demander, c'est la sujet d'être refusé. Bonsoir, bonsoir, mon père, votre fille en mariage. Bonsoir, bonsoir, mon père, votre fille en mariage. Non, non, ma fille, elle est riche, elle te mille en mille. Ça serait un garçon de rien qui gaspillait tout son bien. Ma douce amie, prêtez-moi vos beaux ciseaux. Mamie, ma douce amie, prêtez-moi vos beaux ciseaux. Ça serait pour couper l'alliance qui nous tient entre nous deux. Ça serait pour dire adieu. Est-ce que tu parais à partir? Prêtez-moi vos beaux mouchoirs, mamie, ma douce amie. Prêtez-moi vos beaux mouchoirs, ça serait pour essuyer les larmes qui coulent en bas de mes yeux. Ça serait pour dire adieu, que je suis séparé à partir. That's kind of sad. It's not necessarily sad. It's just
Sounds sad.
it's
Saying
intense.
goodbye, farewell to everybody, and
Cutting-
it does sound like somebody has to die.
Nobody's dying.
Sounds like a.
It sounds like it, but they ain't dying. Need some battery charge or something? You just
No, I'm trying to sign up for a sailing course at Community Sailing.
oh, cool.
And at the same time, I'm getting all this information about the book from Anne.
All right,
So yeah, you want to go sailing?
let's go.
It's called Women in the Wind. You're gonna have to dress funny.
I can't dress. I can dress like a woman.
The only time I've ever seen you in girls' clothes was Paulette dressing you up when you were little. You were very Ernest Hemingway. You had a beard at 4.
If I wanted to be a buzzard, which is a marching club for Mardi Gras, I'd have to dress up as a woman. the Sunday
That's
before.
true for some reason.
Well, the
Motley.
practice march, you have to dress up as a woman.
But on parade day
You dress up with they have parade gear.
is one of the oldest marching clubs in New Orleans.
It's the oldest marching club.
Well, you don't know because you don't know if they ask the other people.
That's true. They never asked.
They never, yeah. So it's
Very
one
true.
of it's one of the oldest marching clubs in New Orleans, and sure enough, they do, and and they go to hospitals like that. If you've never seen the buzzards, you need to see the buzzards. There's 2 things you need to do. You need to go to Grenada. You need to see the buzzards, and you need to order a book.
Order a damn book.
No, I'm teasing
Yeah,
y'all.
no.
But if you do know any booksellers around your neighborhood that might be interested, do let me know.
Yes.
That I do. I'm not actually trying to fly you.
No. Okay, so we'll play a couple of accordion songs. People love variety. So this one is called what is it called?
I think
the Bayou Sorrel
you have to
special.
go to sleep early.
No, Bayou Sorrel.
Bayou Sorrel.
I have like 5 names for these songs. 'Cause this was the accordion song that we'd always play at the Columns Hotel with Al, but we had to change the name. We call it the Columns Breakdown because everything in the columns was breaking down. You'd see the plaster fall out of the ceiling.
They're going to love hearing this.
Well, I don't know what it's like anymore with this new owner, so we'll see. Anyway, this is a warm-up song. This is the other accordion I have. This is my nephew's accordion, Matthew Doucet. He didn't make it, though, with a guy named Leland Culligan, who was from Carrion Crow, Louisiana. Got his name from Carrion Crow, I understand. Built this, and it's just it's a student model. It's not really a professional.
The accordion player got his name from Carrion Crow?
No, he lives in Carrion Crow. Carrion Crow.
Right, which may or may not be true, apparently.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
There's some whatever.
I'm sure there's a lot of.
Whatever.
There's so many lies out there.
There are.
Who knows what
But
the
they're
hell's-
but they're not lies, they're stories.
There's stories.
But anyway, Carrion Crow is just a little north of Lafayette.
Just
is
a
that
little
right?
north. It's on just a little north on LA 182. I'm sure it's like 15 times bigger than when I used to live there.
It's the home of some very, very famous football players. Kevin Falk leaps to mind.
There was one of these plantation houses, Chrétien Point, is its address was Karen Crow, although it was very far from away from it. Beautiful old building. My mother's interior decorator owned it and tried to sell it to my mother many, many times because he admitted that owning an ancient house was a true pain in the butt unless you like doing it. You know, it's always you got to work on it.
It has a myth about it too, you know.
It does.
Yeah, the myth is that the staircase. Do you remember the staircase at all?
Yes.
Probably not. Yeah. Anyway, it's a French house, and so therefore it's quite different from what you might imagine. You know, the big white column kind of world. This is a French house, so it has a hip roof,
Small.
very beautiful and small compared to the things you think about. But so when you walk through, it's a center hall. When you walk through the middle, parlors are on either side, and you come out to this really interesting bricked back portico. You look to the right, and there's a staircase. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's small. But illuminating it is a long, long rectangular window, which may have a Gothic point at the top. I don't know. I've never been upstairs because it was falling down.
Yes, you can get up there.
It was falling down, so you weren't allowed there. That staircase is the staircase that they used for Gone with the Wind when Scarlett O'Hara shoots the Yankee. It's not the other. It's not the one that she falls down. That's from the hotel. That's from a hotel in Virginia. But it's the one where she shoots the Yankee. And when she comes down that thing, it looks really, really. And in the movie, of course, it's massive because she and Melanie have to do things together. But that staircase, they say, is at Crazy Point. Which, when you go there, you're going to go, that can't be it. It's too small. But you'll find out that a lot of these houses are small, and it has a tiny oak alley because they only had to plant. The Spanish only had to plant less than 10 oak trees to claim the land or something.
Something like that. It's a beautiful house. You can see it when you drive up to it. You can
It's
see
in
it.
the middle of ding dong
It's in the middle of nowhere, and you can see it. It's like walking up to Stonehenge. You see, it's real small, and it gets bigger,
Itty tiny.
and it gets bigger and bigger. When you say it's small, it's not like the size of Oak Alley, which is a giant house. Okay,
It's not that like the English people built.
The English people built huge.
Huge.
It's a beautiful house. Good proportions. I'll take a ride out there one day. Go get some boudin at the best stop and go check
The
it
last time we went out there, the person who owned it was an asshole, so we haven't been back since.
out. Lewis.
No.
There's another person.
Oh yeah.
It was a B&B
Lewis
for a
was
while, too.
awesome. It still is. Man. You can look it up.
Here we go. The Bayou Sorrel special. Bayou Sorrel. All right, and I'm gonna play one that a song that a waltz that we played. I had a copy of a '78, a cassette copy of a '78 record, and couldn't really understand the words and could barely hear the music. So we kind of made it work. We call it La Rue Canal, Canal Street. On stage, we call it Route Canal. If that means anything to you.
Bébé, moi je vais aller pour chercher là-bas. Tu m'as dit que de rester encore. On va traverser la route canal pour t'emmener ma jolie fille. Mais moi je connais, c'était là trop longtemps passé. Après pleurer, oh t'étais si heureux. Enfin, mais avec moi, traverser la route canal, toi et moi, jolie pour la dernière fois. On va aller dans les bayous, bâtir maison pour nous autres, et après ça, on va lever en grosse famille.
Did that with authority, huh? Well, this accordion's a little easier to play than mine.
You need to get yours fixed, I guess, huh?
It's half the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that needs some adjustments. All right, so we're gonna move into the American sector, I think. Let me check all this, see if there was any other requests. Hello, Butternut. It's my puppy right here. Oh, puppy with a sore tummy. I think we did most of it. Okay.
How you feeling there, pal?
You feeling-
Yes, you're a good dog. What you want? Yeah. I know what you want.
He wants more food.
I know.
You could give him
Yeah, I bet you're starving.
he ate the whole damn thing.
I don't
Oh,
know.
he's talking.
Oh, you want to talk?
Puppy.
Let's see if we get you some real food. Let's see if we get you some real food first, okay?
All right, so we're going to the American sector, like we call it. And this is one that I was humming earlier today. No particular order of these songs, but Eddie, you'll be happy here. Okay, so we're going to English, and Doc Watson's coming up in a little bit. All right. Let's get the tune In the chili parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas and not wondering where you are. What you eating?
It's food.
He's got some tape on his fingers.
Hey, puppy, you got electrician's tape on your
He's
feet?
got the tape on his foot. Let's
Yeah.
start over. Well,
Sorry,
I wish
Cal.
that was in
Get your
Austin.
supper.
In the chili parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas and not caring where you are. But here I sit in Dublin, just rolling cigarettes, holding back and choking back, shake so with every breath. So forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go and I'll love you till you die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. I am just a poor boy, work's my middle name, and if money was a reason, well, I would not be the same. I'll stand up and be counted, I'll face up to the truth, and I'll walk away from trouble, but I can't walk away from you. So forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go and I'll love you till I die. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. Well, I have been to Fort Worth, and I have been to Spain, and I have been too proud to come in out of the rain. And I have seen the David, I've seen the Mona Lisa too, and I have heard Doc Watson play Columbus Stockade Blues. Forgive me all my anger, forgive me all my faults. There's no need to forgive me for thinking what I thought. I loved you from the get-go and I loved you till I died. I loved you on the Spanish Steps the day you said goodbye. Well, I wished I was in Austin, in the chili parlor bar, drinking Mad Dog margaritas and not caring where you were. Dublin Blues by Guy Clark. That wasn't bad.
Not bad at all.
All right. So we're going to go all over the place here.
Where are we going next?
We're going to do Mississippi John Hurt. I think I didn't play any Mississippi John Hurt songs last week. Jody, don't call me. That's my Blue Cross guy. You know,
I can't believe it. He's willing to call you at 6:20 on a
he'll call me at
Friday.
midnight if he has to.
You ought to, I don't know. Y'all let David answer the phone. It could be important.
So, the other day I had to call. Blue Cross is our health insurance company, and so I had to call I had a question because of this hip operation. I want to make sure the hospital that it wasn't our local hospital, it was another hospital they wanted me to go to, and I wanted to be sure that it was in my network, you know, that crap you gotta know. So I got to talking with the lady. I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, since there's been open enrollment for ACA, does that mean that maybe my premiums have gone down because more people, they talk about how many people have joined up. And the lady said, you know, you ought to go check because it's really true. So I went to check and my premium was reduced by over $100. So I called up my insurance guy and he said, well, most people don't change this is, I love the way they think. Most people don't change because you'll get a credit on your income tax.
Oh.
Okay, so whatever, you know, the $100 times 12 or whatever months it is, yes, okay. Well, no, I'd prefer to pay $100 less a month since I really don't have a job. So it'd be really bad. It'd be to my advantage. So I was messing around with it, which I hope I didn't screw it up too badly. But so that's why it's the third time he's called today, and every time I call it.
Yeah, I'll play phone tag, right?
Well, no, we were on the phone, but his mother called him, and apparently she's very old and ill, so he had to hang up
Actually, you
on
don't
her.
know that.
Well, he said, I gotta go see she's real old. That's all he told me.
Okay.
So tomorrow we're gonna deal with that. So
Okay. You want me to text him on your phone?
no, that's okay. If any of y'all do ACA, the marketplace, it might be to your advantage to go look to see. A lot of people listen to me are well over 65, so you got Medicare. It doesn't matter. But if there's anybody younger, you might want to check if you do the whatever it's the marketplace. So I thought that was really cool. So public service announcements here. That's all we do.
That's right. PSAs.
All day long.
Yep.
I stay on the internet messing with this stuff while I'm testing students, and it's weird. But it's your money, damn it. You should save it. All right. So this is a Mississippi John Hurt song I was messing with the other night. I've forgotten that I even knew it. And I wish I had my other capo. This one's just not operating right. I don't see my. Did you see the? You see where that tuner is right there? There's a black case, but underneath should be a brown case. Do you see that? Thank you. Perfect. Merci beaucoup. Capos are interesting and weird things. Okay. So, anyway, this is one that John Hurt recorded in 1928 or 29. It's undetermined exactly when he did it. But the song is called Frankie, as in Frankie and Johnny. And among folk music aficionados, especially those in the early 60s, this was a real popular song to try to learn how to play it. Nobody could figure it out.
He's calling again.
He's calling you too?
No.
Oh. Sorry, Jody.
It's like a cartoon. Don't you want me to just text him and say you're playing?
No, I'll call him after.
Yeah, I'll hang on and listen to the conversation. It should be good.
No.
No, I love you. No, I love you.
And it's most people can figure out that John Hurt never really recorded many songs in open G tuning, much less with a capo. So it's very weird. And it's called Frankie, like in Frankie and Johnny. And it's a great song. It's fun to play. Frankie was a good girl, everybody ever knows. She paid $100 for Albert's one suit of clothes. He's a man, but he done her wrong. Frankie went down to the corner saloon, said she didn't want to be gone long. She peeped through the keyhole in the door, spied Albert in Alice's arms. He's a man, but he done her wrong.
said, I just don't care. If you're gonna come to the woman you love, you're gonna haul you out of here. You're my man, and you're doing me wrong. Frankie shot old Albert, she shot him 3 or 4 times. Let me blow back the smoke of my gun, let me see old Albert dying. He was my man, but he done me wrong. Well, Frankie and the judge walked down the stand, and they walked out side by side. The judge says to Frankie, you're gonna be justified for killing your man, 'cause he done you wrong. Dark was the night, cold was on the ground. Well, the last words that Frankie said had done laid all Albert down. He was my man, and he done me wrong. Frankie was a good girl, everybody ought to know. She paid $100 for Albert's one suit of clothes. He was a man, but he done her wrong. He was a man, but he done her wrong. All right, Frankie. How y'all like that? It's one of the songs, a few of any songs where the woman isn't punished for doing the right thing, blowing Albert away. How you like that? All the other versions of Frankie and Johnny, Frankie goes to the gallows. She gets hung for it. So this is Mississippi John Hurt. Very interesting little man he was. So I'm going to stay in the same tuning because it takes me so long to tune, and I'm going to play a song that I did with Brownie Ford. I did an album with him in the early 90s with D.L. Menard playing rhythm guitar and a little bit of Ben Samuel playing drums on some cuts. And Brownie was a National Heritage Award winner, and he came up with a bunch of tunes that he was very familiar with, and I thought that he had written the song. Of course he hadn't, and I have a copy of Hank Williams doing it, and it's called The Banks of the Pontchartrain, not to be confused with, what is it, the somethings of the, what's the other, there's an Irish song that, I don't know it, okay? Sorry. Let's see.
Poco had one too, right?
What's that?
Poco had one.
They did?
Full moon sight, shining down on the Pontchartrain. I think I've forgotten the title though. In the heart of the night, but it's but the Irish one. We just looked it up.
Yeah, I know.
Well, except for the short-term memories. We looked it up, and we played
I remember
it
the
too.
dude that did it. He has red hair. He calls it the somethings of the Pontchartrain. It's not the banks. It's
We'll have to
called,
look it up. Then you're right. He has that. Yeah.
and there is no freaking way that I
He's
could
really
ever
famous.
do this song because you have to have an accent, an Irish accent to do it.
Yeah, it's more like the Ponchar.
You can't do that. Mrs. Penny Wilson.
Everybody's eating soft shell crabs tonight.
I guess we're gonna go find us some soft shell
Shoot.
crabs. Well, I traveled from Texas to old Louisiana, through mountains and valleys and plains. Footsore and weary, I rested a while on the banks of the old Pontchartrain. There was the fairest young maiden that I'd ever saw, just as it started to rain. We both found shelter neath the same tree on the banks of the old Pontchartrain. There we hid from the shower an hour or so. She asked me how long I'd remain. I told her I'd spend the rest of my years on the banks of the old Pontchartrain. But I could not tell her that I had escaped a jail on the West Texas plain. I hoped in my heart that I'd never be found on the banks of the old Pontchartrain. Then one day a man held his hand on my arm, said, "Son, you must go west again." I left without saying farewell to that maid on the banks of the old Pontchartrain. Now I'm up here in Huntsville, so weary I wait. My heart's filled with sadness and shame. I hope that someday I'll be free to return to the banks of the old Pontchartrain. On the banks of the old Pontchartrain. On the banks of the old Pontchartrain. All right, that's a sad song too, isn't it? I guess everything I play is sad. That's not good. What a face! What a face! What a face! Let's see.
Puppy and I are gonna go for a sleep.
Y'all gonna go to sleep.
Well, you made us sad, so.
No, we're gonna play a Jimmy Rogers song.
You're gonna play a Jimmy Rogers song, huh? You wanna sit down by David?
He's feeling better. He ate all that food.
Yeah. Well, it's just a tablespoon at a time.
This is one I've always liked. It's called When It's Peach Pick.
It's 6:30. Okay,
It's
I just
almost
let you
done.
know.
Thank you.
Because that poor man, your poor insurance guy.
Okay, we'll play a couple more. And I'll call up old Joey. Okay. This one is called When It's Peach Picking Time in Georgia. Jimmy Rogers song. I think I'll do that in this key. Thank you for the time call, Dee.
Come on, puppy. You wanna go play? We're gonna play pull forts.
All right.
Come on, buddy.
Go ahead, Butter.
It doesn't matter.
Go ahead, Butternut. Peach. Come on, Butternut.
No, he's gonna stay close to the food is, dude. He knows what he's doing.
I love this dog. All right.
He's Mr. Butter.
So this was one of the first Jimmy Rogers songs I ever learned how to play. So here we go. Let me get the right harmonica up there. Peach picking time in Georgia, apple picking time in Tennessee, cotton picking time in Mississippi, then everybody picks on me. Hey, when it's roundup time in Texas, and the cowboys make whoopee, way down in old Carolina, it's gal picking time for me. A yodelay, yodel, yodelay, yodel, yodelay. They got the bluegrass in old Kentucky. Virginia's where they do the swing. Carolina, now I'm coming to you to spend the spring. Oh, Arkansas, I hear you calling, and I hope to see you soon. There I'm gonna do a little picking underneath the Ozark moon. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Overtake me, I won't let the blues take me, for I got a sweetheart in old Carolina, and I know that she waits for me. I'm gonna see her soon, and I know there won't be long till we're gonna pick a little cabin that we're gonna call our mountain home. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. When the folks begin to pick that cotton, well, I'll pick a wedding ring, and we'll go down to pick a little gown for the wedding in the spring. Well, I hope the preacher knows his business, 'cause he can't fool me. When it's peach picking time in Georgia, it's gal picking time for me. A yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. All right, peach picking time in Georgia. All right, so I thought I'd end it either with a Pete Seeger song or this one. I think I'm going to go with this other one. Boy, it's been a long time since I've done this one. This used to be a closeout song that Al and I used to do at the Collins Hotel. So here we go. It's called Rosalie McFall, a song that was composed or done by Charlie and Bill Monroe. Yes, you heard right. Bill Monroe and his brother Charlie. They recorded this. It's a great, great song. See where we're at in tuning. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. It's always fun picking out these songs for you guys to do this. It's always a trip too. You just never know what you're gonna do. So here's one. We'll be back next Friday, 5 o'clock. It'll be 2.4. Today's 2.3. This is the second year, third show. I'll put it up on YouTube probably tomorrow, and always take requests. And I know what I wanted to play, but I'm not going to do it, Eddie. I'm sorry. I was going to do Big River Blues. Maybe I should end with that. I just realized I made a promise. Let me do that instead. You can always change your mind. And we'll be back. Have a safe week. Let me find Deep River Blues on here, because Eddie wanted to hear some Doc. That's not it. That could be it. All right. Just change songs, change keys, done everything else. So here we go. Thank you all for listening. Be kind to the tip bucket. Once again, I'll post it on Facebook, then I'll put it on YouTube. Tell your friends. And see if we get a guitar in tune. Might be an impossible thing today. It's very humid in New Orleans. Here we go. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all be careful. Let it rain, let it go, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drop right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. My old gal's a good old pal, and she walks like a waterfowl when I get them deep river blues. There ain't no one to cry for me, and the fish all go out on a spree when I get them deep river blues. Give me back my own gold, I'm gonna say this you for, 'cause I got them deep river blues. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, times are getting better there I'm told, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it go, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drop right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Never happened. If my boat sinks with me, I'll go down, don't you see? 'Cause I got them deep river blues. I'm gonna say goodbye, and if I sink, just let me die, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I
let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. Bonsoir, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Be careful. Wear your masks. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away. We'll get through this. Hope to come to your town soon and play. And other than that, we'll be back next week virtually. Thank you. Good night. I have to go call my insurance guy now. Where's the off button?